Live from New York. It's Hercules Candies in East Syracuse.
I mean, yeah, I guess we are in New York. So what are you making today?
And we're working on nut cups for assorted chocolate boxes. And we're working on clusters for the shelves because we're running out. And we're running out of everything.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're at. People come in and they ask why we're out of things.
And you say it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. So we're busy making candy all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everyone's saying Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas, I love your channel. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Wow, we already have 99 people in here watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. That's great.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're almost at 950,000, so we're only 50,000 away now from 1 million.
Everybody subscribe. Come on. Come on.
By the time we get to 1 million, it'll be like really busy, like Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So, because I would like for us to be able to do something special for.
Yeah, we got to figure out what to do.
But we might have to wait until like after Easter if we want to do something really special.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. That's okay.
Just a really delayed.
That shouldn't be any big deal.
Yeah. By then it might be like 1,000,000.1 or something.
That'd be great. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and Casey says Christmas Day here in New Zealand. Have a lovely day.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, the people in like New Zealand and and Australia, they're ahead of us. It's already Christmas. Well, hey, if they have Christmas there and then fly here, they can have 2 Christmases in a row. Oh, Sabrina says hit the like button. Thank you. You know, I'll hit the like button on my own stream. Merry Christmas from Seattle.
Nice. Merry Christmas, Seattle.
Yeah, and then we got someone from Georgia watching. Like I said, New Zealand. We got Madison, Wisconsin. Sydney. Yeah, so there's, like I said, like multiple people who are watching from Christmas Day.
Yep,
They're traveling back in time to... Oh, someone said 5 a.m. Christmas Day in Australia.
Wow. 5 a.m. I'll be sleeping.
Yeah. Okay, so Blake has a good question, and thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. You guys don't have to do super chats, but they're always very, very appreciated to help support the channel. So Blake said, what brand of chocolate do you guys use?
It's Peter's. It's from a Nestle's product. It's that's all I can tell you.
Yeah, that's all I can tell you. And we also use Calabo for certain chocolates as well.
Calabo. Yeah, we use Calabo for some candy. Calabo's a really good chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what stuff is Calabo?
Well, we actually tell people that that's our vegan chocolate. I mean, it's not made for vegans. It's just the way they make it.
Yeah, it just happens
to be vegan. So we want people to know that vegans can have that. But we do marshmallows, we do clusters, we do candy bars. That's about it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, just hello to Arrington. He recently has been making some assorted chocolates at home.
Nice.
And he's had some relative success with that, so keep that up, Arrington.
Did you learn it from watching us?
Yeah. And then he sent some videos. I think some things he didn't let them sit quite long enough in the starch, and then something else I think he cooked maybe a little bit too high temperature, something like that. But, you know, every time he does that, I'm sure he's learning, like, okay, do this, don't do that. You know,
that's great.
You make some mistakes in the beginning, and you dial it in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm going to pin this message from Linda, who was a awesome moderator and just said, you know, if you have any purchasing or pricing questions, then go to the website. That's where you can get a lot of questions about that answered. And then Justinian wants to know, how long are you working on Christmas Eve today?
Just till 4, and then we go home. Yeah.
And then somebody else wants to know, what kind of molds are you using right now?
Well, I guess this is a mold like of a nut cup. So the reason we use this is because otherwise the paper cup, if you just filled up the paper cup, the cup would just fold down, fall down. So that I actually made these so that then the cups will stay that shape.
And those are those from like massive like cutting, like they would usually be cutting boards for restaurants? And
yeah, these are basically, it's a cutting board company, and we had what kind of material is it? Polycarbon something, I don't know.
Something, because it used to be wood, right?
Yeah, it used to be wood, and that I couldn't use those anymore.
Yeah.
So this is better.
Yeah, they seem very durable.
But yeah, that's what we use.
Somebody wants to know if we can deliver to Pakistan, and I know that the answer is no, and my mom will come in later, and then she will be able to give the specific reasons as to why. There's many countries that unfortunately we just can't ship to. There's many different reasons, but yeah, my mom will be able to answer that. My mom will be popping in a little bit later. Okay, a lot of people just saying Merry Christmas, how are you guys? Happy Hanukkah and a Happy New Year, basically Happy Holidays.
Yeah. Same back at you.
True, Steve, you are America's dad, says Megan. And then Marnie sent a super chat. Thank you very much, Marnie. She didn't say anything, but I very much appreciate the support. It's going right back into the channel to just keep making videos for you guys. So thank you for the support, guys. And thank you specifically, Marnie.
Yeah, thank everybody for buying our candy. It's a thrill to go through and see where the candy goes to, what countries or what states, or it's really fascinating.
Yeah, and Kate said, had the pleasure to put some Hercules goodies under the tree and in stockings this year. Made it to Syracuse finally and shopped straight from the shelves. Thanks, Hercules.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome when viewers get to come into the store.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Let's see, and then we also have a super chat. Thank you, Brian, for that. Very much appreciate the support. Is there a cheat sheet for which candy is which in your assorted chocolate boxes? So I know that my mom said that she does not want to do that because she doesn't want when people order online to get very, very specific with what they're ordering, because then it just kind of creates like, it'll just like take so much more time. So she actually tries not to do that.
But we try to coordinate, you know, a topping. If it's got an orange sprinkle on it, well, then it's orange.
Yeah.
There's a strawberry, you know, like strawberry would be a pinkish. We try to do toppings that will have you think, okay, maybe that's a green topping, it's peppermint, you know. Or,
yeah, it's things that make sense.
yeah, kind of. Yeah. We just do that, yeah. And the reason why we you can't have a list printed out all the time, because we're making candy constantly run out of things, and then it's just more complicated if we can't pack a box because we're out of 2 flavors. Then it has to sit there till a week later or so before we get that filled. So we can't do that. Things being backlogged, and we'll be behind, and we'll be waiting, and so it takes too long.
Yeah, and we're not like a huge company that would be able to be like, oh, we'll just make a ton of these, and we'll have back stock of this, because we just don't have the room to put a bunch of stuff. So like things have to be fresh here because we don't have the room to store
our
stuff.
starch room can only hold so many pounds of creams. I think there are 36 pounds as it is now, and that's a lot, at least for us it is.
C. Winter made a very good point. Said they noticed that they've never seen Steve and Santa in the same room before at the same time.
I mean,
coincidence? I think not. Thank you, Brian. Kat says, my depressing Christmas just became happy watching Steve and the chocolate.
Nice. Nice.
And then Kenneth says, Shrek candy 2025.
Well, Ezra makes Shrek's
Yes.
head when we
Yeah.
make hard candy.
I think
on the
Scott has a
table.
photo of it.
Yeah, I
My
think so.
Shrek.
Yeah.
I stretch out the Shrek ears on the lime candy, hard candy when it's on the table. Make little eyes and a smiley.
Yeah. Yeah, and today's live stream is kind of locked off on a tripod because I gave Scott the day off, and it's kind of impossible for me to be holding the camera and reading off your guys' questions at the same time. So, yeah, I figured you guys would appreciate just like hanging out with us on Christmas Day. Just a pretty relaxed live stream. This is like the first day that you guys have been, well, I mean, you guys still have like a lot of work to do, so it's not like all that relaxing, but you also know that like, you know, the busy season has passed for at least a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's back to the busy season for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Break the molds out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody here has been working overtime. Everybody here, all of us have been working extra days. The girls out front packaging, they've been working extra hours, they coming in their days off. We got a great crew of people that are very understanding that we need more stuff made or packaged. They stay and do it and help out.
And I'm sure they like the overtime.
Yeah, and they like the overtime. That's great. We don't
Because
mind.
Ezra just off camera just nodding his head.
We don't mind paying overtime if you
Yeah.
if you want to work in extra and you get
Yeah, you should be
overtime,
rewarded for it.
There you go.
Yeah.
We don't care. Some places you work, they don't want to pay overtime.
Right, yeah.
But we're the opposite.
Marnie, thank you for another super chat. Very, very generous of you. Merry Christmas from Texas. Please thank Terry for always making sure I get delivery of the best candy ever. I have a box being delivered today.
Nice.
Well, Marnie, my mom might be showing up a little bit later, so I can let her know in person.
Nice, yeah.
Paul says, hi guys, watching from Milwaukee. Gonna have to start a road trip this summer and see you and get some tasty brittle. I've made that road trip before. That is a long one, but it's definitely worth it. I think you'll probably have a lot of fun. More so when you get here than driving. The driving is not as fun, but. Benito says, hi guys.
Hi.
Justin says hi to all. Justin has been very active in the chat, so thank you, Justin Kopp, for just being active. Phantom wants to know, Steve, do you still make your own beer?
Yes, I've got 2 beers now for Christmas. I got a hazy IPA and I have a old ale, it's called. It's a particular type of style of beer, old ale.
So what's that taste like?
It's basically like a pale ale, but a little bit malty, kind of almost like an amber. So when all the family comes over for our Christmas party, everybody's like, what kind of beer you got, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, especially Mike and Joe.
Yep.
And what are you working on there, Ezra?
I'm doing dark almond clusters.
Okay. Are you guys both doing the dark chocolate? You know, you guys are low on everything right now.
Yeah.
There's Julia made a couple barks the other day, and they're getting kind of filled up on the shelves out there.
Yeah, there's something anyways. And
Yeah.
We've been working on the clusters and everything, but we ran out of hard candy and ran out of ribbon, but we can't, we just can't get back to it just yet.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know if the storefront is open. Yeah, it's actually been, pretty busy today. There hasn't been any huge lines, but just consistently people coming in. But most of them have been pretty understanding that since we're out of so much stuff. They're like, oh, well, I'm the one who waited until Christmas Eve, so.
I mean, people don't realize it, but we make all the candy that's here except for jelly beans and sponge candy from Buffalo. And we make all that candy, and so it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
When we run out of chocolate, we're doing hard candy. We run out of hard candy, we're going back to chocolate. And
Yeah.
it's just,
And then there's brittle. And
yeah, it just goes. We keep trying to keep up.
The Inspiring Dad had a very good question that I'm sure many people are wondering. Why can't you dump the nuts into the chocolate and fish them out? Wouldn't that be faster?
Oh yeah, it would be, but then it wouldn't come out right because everything has to be tempered. The chocolate has to be a certain temperature before you can use it. So,
can you explain how the table and the kettle work together to get you the perfect temperature?
This chocolate is like 100 degrees. So I take it out and put it on the table, and it's got to cool off to, for clusters, it's got to be like 85, 86, 87. Then you can use it. And then if you take it and just use chocolate with no nuts or anything, it has to be 80 degrees. So otherwise the cocoa butter rises to the top and it doesn't look good and you wasted all your time. So you got to know the temperatures, and it's important. Otherwise it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, because I think if you were working with like a very small amount of chocolate, you probably could do what he was just talking about.
Yeah, and if you're just doing it at home, it doesn't matter. You know, you can try to do the temperatures like I just said, and that's good. But if it doesn't work out at home, you can just eat it anyways.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But I can't sell it that way.
Yeah. Well, because you wouldn't be able to keep it at the proper temperature for long enough. So that's why I was saying, like, you could probably do it with like a very, like if you're doing like 5 clusters or something, that would probably work. But you're doing like 500 or something, which is going to take a long time. Oh, you got to turn that one on. Just hold the button down. So Mom just came in, and somebody wanted to know if you can ship to Pakistan, and I said that you would have these specific reasons as to why we cannot, and other reasons why we can't ship to other countries. You didn't get to work. There's only one button on there.
That one?
No, that's the microphone. So you got to hold on to this button at the bottom.
The one that's covered?
Yep, with my thumb. That's the button.
Okay.
And there you go.
Okay. So places.
So do you want to go over here so I can see you?
So places like Pakistan, it wouldn't get there soon enough for the cold packs to be able to do their job. The cold packs are only good for a maximum of 48 hours. And I can guarantee it just can't get there fast enough. Things get held up in customs and the cold pack will melt. So that's why we only ship to very few countries. And also, I haven't looked into Pakistan in particular, but a lot of countries have very specific labeling requirements that we can't meet. It would need lab analysis for everything we make. And we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And let's see, I had some other comments. It's hard for me. Oh, okay. So Patty wants to know, can I ask why you can't make your own sponge candy?
Yes, you may. So we have the recipe, and our friend Paul, who has since passed, he gave us the recipe, and we saw his sponge making operation. It's just a whole nother thing that we can't fit in, another boiled candy, because we already do ribbon candy, peanut brittle, hard candy. Those are 3 things that we can't keep up with. So we don't really want to add a 4th thing that we can't keep up with, and that they take these big, huge forms that you have to put your sponge candy in, and it has to be sawed up with a saw, and I think that I shouldn't be in the building with
It's got to
sharp.
be a separate room too. So
Yeah,
you can
because there's
work
dust
on it.
everywhere.
And it's,
Yeah.
we just don't
Yeah,
have the room.
it's just we don't have the bandwidth for it. It's just we're not interested. It's all we could do to keep up with what we already have, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And it's very you have to get it covered right away. Once you saw it up, you have to cover it immediately with chocolate. It's a whole big thing, and our friends in Rochester do a fine job of it, and we let them.
Yes, they are very, very good at it.
Yes.
And we had somebody from Texas who specifically wanted to say something to you, Mom.
Okay.
I sent a super chat, said, Merry Christmas from Texas. Please thank Terry for always making sure I get delivery of the best candy ever. I have a box getting delivered today. That's Marnie in Texas.
Oh, Marnie, I know. Her last name starts with a W.
So,
Hi, Marnie.
do you know what she ordered?
I don't know what she ordered, but I know Marnie.
Yeah, okay. So she's
Merry
ordered a couple
Christmas,
times
Marnie.
then?
She orders a lot.
Oh, okay. She's a good customer.
Yes, she is.
So someone said, I'm sorry to hear Paul passed. Is that the man in Buffalo who demonstrated the enrobers?
Yes,
Yes.
it's Paul, and
Yep.
we miss him.
Yeah.
Just, being able to call somebody up, bounce ideas off of him, and he would do the same with us. And our friend Amy, and she's in Oswego at Man on the Moon Candies, she misses them, and we all just kind of commiserate. Like, we miss Paul.
Yeah.
But anyways, Merry Christmas. I didn't come here to bring you down.
Yeah. Yeah. Lois sent a super chat. Thank you very much for that, Lois.
Thank you, Lois.
Said, love you guys. Looks like me. It's such a fun place to work. Steve is super chill and calming. Terry is so funny.
But not chill and calming.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I would say not.
Just ask the wall. The wall says I'm not calming.
They balance each other out. So Jess wants to know, he said next candy flavor, and then also I saw a comment before that said next bark flavor.
Okay. Next candy flavor, what, cream? Hard candy? I know we're doing hard candy on Friday. And we're going to be doing probably sour blue raspberry. So that's a new single standalone that we decided to do because Julia's requests on her TikTok, people have been asking for that. So that was her vote. So that sold right out, of course. Probably do sour green apple, watermelon, lemonade, butterscotch, some of the big ones. And then next bark, I can't remember. Might be sea salt almond bark. I know that's on the honey-do list.
Yeah. Let's see. The Canuxican says, Merry Christmas to you from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. We are Canadians that live in Mexico, originally from Hamilton, Ontario.
Wow.
When they come home to visit, they could just make the 3-hour drive and come visit us.
Might as well just land here.
Yeah.
And then drive to Canada.
Yeah. Then Cindy said, love all your reaction videos. It's fun to see you guys try stuff. And if you guys want to comment any other sort of reaction videos that you guys would like to see that you guys haven't seen us do before, because I like having you guys do the reaction videos. Those are always fun. And let's see, I had some other comments that I wanted to get to. Okay, so Susan said, hi, is it okay to mix your baking soda and vanilla together when it reaches 300, or should I pour it in separate?
Is this for brittle?
I don't know, so I was just going to say maybe if you can specify what sort of candy you're trying to make, then we can...
Oh, wait a minute. Even if well, let's assume it's for brittle.
Okay.
You would always want to put your vanilla in first. Mix it all in. Your baking soda is the dead last. And if you don't believe me, check our disaster video for the coconut brittle. Remember that one?
And you only need to go to 290.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to do your baking soda last,
Baking
no matter
soda
what.
last.
Yeah, right. We learned that the hard way.
Which we already knew, but they were trying to save the batch, but it just wasn't doable.
And I think also often when we pull the camera out, that's when the candy makers make more mistakes because
Sure.
there's just like another
You lose
element
your
to what you're doing.
concentration.
Right, yeah. The Eggman sent a super chat. Thank you very much for that. Says, hi, happy holidays.
Happy
Hi.
holidays.
Yeah.
The Eggman? And then you
That's
have your channel, No Egg Craig.
Yeah.
You guys could duke it out.
Yeah.
Eggs! No eggs! Eggs! No eggs! Anyway.
Hero Film says, I love you guys. I've been watching since you were on the dungeon.
Thank you. We have escaped.
I do my laundry in the dungeon now.
Yes. It's Craig's dungeon.
Yeah. Okay, Susan says, okay, thank you so much. It was peanut brittle.
Okay, yeah, we kind of figured that
Yeah.
with the baking soda and all.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That was
Yeah.
kind of the clue.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's baking soda and sponge candy, but I don't know how many people are making sponge candy at home.
Right, and also we're not the people that ask about sponge candy.
Right.
We're maybe the people that ask about where to buy sponge candy.
Yes.
Diane says those walls really took a beating the first year, so glad you
They
could give them a
did.
break.
Yeah, between me and the car.
Yeah. The
If I was a
car.
wall, I'd be very scared to stay here.
Sharon wants to know what's the weather forecast in Syracuse for Christmas.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we just got over a pretty big cold snap. Today is 30.
Yeah, yesterday it was like single digits to
Yes.
like negative. Like
I-
the feels like was negative, I think.
I was just saying to Kara, no, I stopped at Wegmans on the way here because yesterday we had a little Christmas party and I had to grab a fruit bowl and a vegetable tray. Well, I also got some frozen broccoli for home use. Well, I forgot to bring it inside and put it in the freezer. It was in the car all day.
And it was fine, probably, right?
It was still frozen. Yeah, I had it in an insulated bag, but still,
Yeah.
that's kind of funny. Okay, you want another forecast, do you? I guess Christmas Day is what we're most concerned with. 29 degrees, 14% chance of precipitation. It's just a typical. And we do
good
have
day.
some snow on the ground, so it looks like we'll have our classic white Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like the ones I always dreamed of.
Just like the ones you used to know.
Just like the ones I used to know. What else you got? I feel like I'm filling in for Steve so he can run around and hurry up, Steve, because I'm going to leave in a minute.
Okay, I'm worrying.
How much cornstarch is still remaining in the starch room in the dungeon? Not that much. I had some plumbing done in there recently, and there was like a lot of cornstarch just on top of the plumbing because it gets kicked up in the air and then settles. And
The furnaces kind of suck it because they're sucking in air, so the furnaces kind of suck it up too. Get it all stirred up.
So not too much anymore because I have cleaned up a bit since now it's mine. When the plumbers were working, I didn't tell them what it was, and I wonder if they didn't seem to even care that they got it on themselves. So
They're probably used to dust.
Yeah, maybe they're like, well, this is
asbestos.
really, really white dust. I don't know.
It's not asbestos. We're good.
Yeah.
I can take that with me when I go, Steve.
Okay.
Miriam says it's strangely mild in London. I think actually they get more mild weather.
Yeah, I think
there
they're more
because
rain than snow.
Well, they're so much more close to the coast than us.
Yeah.
Kind of like New York City is going to be more mild weather. Shiny Nickel Blade said, I don't get notifications that you guys are live anymore. One thing that you maybe could try is unsubscribing and then resubscribing and then clicking notification. That could maybe do it. And then Brent says, Merry Christmas from Ottawa, Canada.
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah,
Merry
you also
Christmas.
have to stop by. That's like, what, 2.5, 3 hours or something like that?
Driving or walking?
Right.
Driving
Yes.
a walk.
Swimming.
Riding a horse, I don't know.
I like swimming.
Miriam wants to know what kind of Christmas dinner will we be having.
Well, we'll be having Trader Joe's turkeyless roast, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy.
The stuffing.
Craig's making-
I'm looking forward to that.
Craig's making chickenless dip. Salad, fruit. I got cookies from Sweet Praxis Bakery. I also got some gingerbread cupcakes from there. And then, so that's what our little vegan family is having. And then my siblings are bringing, I believe there's going to be a turkey and a ham and it's a cheesy spinach thing that they'll go crazy for. Mashed potatoes on both vegan and non, of course. Gravy, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
And Craig, you should make your bread.
What kind of bread?
Whatever bread you always
Leah and
bring.
Jimmy already bring in garbage bread.
Okay.
We'll have enough bread. Steve.
Yeah. Okay,
Bread.
so
Bread.
Kitty has a good question. Why is your channel called Hercules Candy when the business is Candies? Just curious. So why is it called Hercules Candy, basically?
Instead of Hercules candies? Is it the
No, basically why Hercules, I think.
Oh. You go ahead, Steve.
It was
It's your
just
family.
named after my great-grandfather, that's all.
Oh, or no, I think it says, why is your page called Hercules Candy when the business is Candies? So Hercules...
Just because.
Oh,
I didn't really think about it very
You're
much.
talking about plural versus not plural.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
When I
know.
answer the phone, I like to say Hercules candies.
We can use it kind of interchangeably.
The logo says Hercules candy. Candy makes people happy.
we're very informal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I feel like our last name has two different pronunciations. Like, sometimes I say Andrianos, other times I say Andrianos. And
I'll say Andrianos when I'm trying to get him to spell it correctly.
yeah, that helps. So it's both. Hercules
Yeah.
Candy and Hercules
Yeah.
Candies. They're both right. Sharon wants to know, what is garbage bread?
Oh. So you take Italian bread and you slice it in half the long way, open it up, and I think you scoop it out a little bit. And then you put in, now this is a vegan version, but you could do the same thing with the non-vegan version. Like cooked sausage, pepperoni, ham chopped up. I think you brush it with olive oil, I'm guessing. Spices, Italian spices,
Yeah.
and then mozzarella.
Yep.
Put it back together, bake it, and then you
Yeah.
cut it up into
Yep.
slices, and boy, is
It's
it
very
good.
good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you wanted to take it to
Yeah.
the next level, you could probably have some
Well,
like
now you can
tomato
get
dipping
some stuff
sauce
packaged
or hot
anyways.
tomato oil or something like that. Nobody would get mad at you for having a dipping sauce.
Hardly anybody.
Who doesn't like to dip? Right? Everybody likes to dip. Especially Ezra.
Yeah, especially Ezra.
He's a big
double
We
He's a big
can't.
dipper.
Sometimes I double dip.
Ezra!
He basically puts his
He's
whole
a bit
mouth
on
in the dip.
camera.
We were talking about Seinfeld earlier, so that's his. He's not a double dipper. Don't worry.
Well, I don't know. It seems like to me like he just admitted that he is.
This is coming out confession. And then the Expiring Dad, he wants to know if we are I just saw the comment, and it's hard to be able to hold conversations and read all the comments and then remember all the
You
comments.
missing Scott, are you?
Yeah, it's hard. It's just one person, and then you touch the computer, and then it wants to jump all over the place.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Are you still attempting the candy pulling machine?
Not for a while. We made 2 contacts when we went to the RCI show that we might be having help us make taffy, and one of them is Eric Haskell, which I think he was actually in the RCI video. He's the one guy that actually broke his wrist using his taffy puller.
Oh, yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
So I think he'll show us what not to do.
Yeah.
So we might hook up with him or from I think his name is Brian from Bruce's Candy, and he's in California. But he refurbishes those machines, and
cool.
he will fly here, and it won't be cheap. But we might have Brian come.
Yeah. And then Tech Rift 66 says, "What is the hardest candy to make from scratch that we make?"
Steven?
The hardest one to make is like probably candy canes, believe it or not.
Okay, so that's what you say. How about you, Ezra?
Well, I didn't really like make the candy canes. That seems like the hardest, but
Julia loves making candy canes.
Yeah,
She would do it every day.
She does.
for
Wait,
me.
are you being sarcastic?
No,
Oh,
she
she
loves
does.
it.
She likes
yeah,
it.
she likes
She
it.
just likes it. Julia likes a challenge. Whereas the rest of us like it when things just go smoothly and easily. But what do you think personally is the hardest?
Maybe the peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Just getting those right.
Or the peanut butter and fluff cups.
Peanut butter fluff cups, yeah.
How about
Just
the tie-dye
finish
hard
off.
candy?
Yeah.
You guys seem to have that
Kinda
down
have that
pretty
down.
well.
Yeah.
You guys don't even need me anymore. And it's okay with me. It's okay to not be needed.
Yeah, so, there's certain things.
You have to ask Julia sometime what she thinks the hardest one is to make.
The candy canes, you got to have it right there in front of you. You can't use the whole mechanism for the heat. And then you got to rotate it, and you got to pull it out, and then you can't make a rope. You got to make it so far, only so big, and then it's got to be the certain thickness, and it's got to be the certain length, and it's all got to be the same. So that's why it's so hard.
It does sound hard.
It's
I'm glad you do it.
Everything's got to be
It's like much more precise, right?
precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to do all the time.
WX Crumb says, "Christmas Eve, go home."
Yeah, we are. I
know what?
wanna.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We guys got a little over 2 more hours, and then
I'm leaving
free.
at 3. I'm going.
Wow.
I'm going to church, and I got to go early so I can get a good seat.
Because all the Fairweather Catholics.
Yeah,
are
so all the
gonna-
Fairweather Catholics will be taking my seat.
You're like, "Excuse me, I'm a regular
that-
here."
My seat. That is my seat.
She's just going there to take a nap.
It's a blessed nap. So what? So I sit down and I go to sleep. God knows how I feel. Anyways, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Luis does want to know if we'll ever ship to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico has the same restrictions with can't necessarily get it there fast enough before it melts. It's just how it is. It's got to be very precise with.
Maybe in another couple years if logistics get better.
Yeah,
To
truly.
get better.
Yeah.
Faster.
Or if we get cold packs that are good for up to 3 days.
Right.
Maybe cold pack technology increases.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So I never say never, because I mean, it's a U.S. territory, but we just haven't found a way to do it.
As far as our
economically.
technology exists today, we are
Right.
limited. But the technology of the future, you never know.
Technology of the future.
We really, really don't. I'm going to push the button unless somebody else has something to say.
Oh, Laura, all she said was, "Hey, us older ladies need naps." Not that you're an older lady,
Oh, you're talking about other.
but
Older
she's
ladies.
saying for other
Right,
ones,
right, yes.
older ladies and you, because you work so much.
Yeah.
Not because of your age.
Chronologically, I'm 150.
And Kraz says, "Why not use dry ice?"
Dry ice has, it gives off toxic chemicals and takes a lot of special handling. We don't have a place to put something like that.
And it could also be dangerous for the consumer if, like, just an
Yeah.
average person is buying it. But, like, you know,
Yeah.
if you're like a chemistry professor or
Yeah.
something and you're getting something, you probably know what to do.
Right.
You know.
But we ship so much that we have freezers full of cold packs,
Yeah.
and we don't. And plus, you can get burns from dry ice, because dry ice, it works better, and it will keep things actually frozen. Which that's not what we're after, is frozen. But
That's also
It's a lot
true.
more-
Yeah, we're just trying to keep things cold.
yeah, it's a lot more dangerous and a lot more goes into it. we're happy with our cold packs.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go now.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'll
get
just
back to
take
work.
it off.
I don't want to get in trouble with corporate.
Yeah, I
Bye.
can turn it off for you. Yes, TCW says no one wants it in their candy. Yeah, having like toxic chemicals that it gives off, and you know, with something that you're gonna eat. I mean, although I have received stuff in dry ice for
Really?
things that I was supposed to eat. Yeah, like there was Ben and Jerry's sent me ice cream before. Chuckanut Bay sent me cheesecake. They both use dry ice.
Sending ice cream through the
In the mail?
in the mail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because they wanted me to make a video about it for my YouTube channel.
That's really.
Yeah. They went above and beyond for that.
Yikes.
And then Chuckanut Bay. I think they saw one video where I was like handling the dry ice with just like the kind of gloves that you have on, and then they said that that's not how you're supposed to do it. So then they actually sent cold gloves.
Oh, really?
That are specifically for that.
Wow.
So apparently you need super, super cold gloves in order to do that safely anyway. So unless we want to start handing out specific gloves with our candy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also when you buy our cold packs that are reusable, you're getting a free cold pack.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
yeah, you paid $2 for.
Yeah.
It's a free
$3.
$3 cold pack. My mom, I said $2. My mom holds up 3 fingers behind the camera.
I'm talking over Craig's shoulder. I will say the cold packs are great if you want to use them in the summer, like on a buffet. Stick your cold pack under a cold salad, and then you don't have to worry about the 2-hour limit.
True.
Yeah, okay, I'm leaving.
Enough life hacks for one day. Nancy says, glad to have made it. Well, now we can start the live stream. Nancy Clavett's here.
Okay.
We've been waiting for her.
How sweet it is. Everybody happy that it's Christmas?
Yeah, Tarinia says, this is a wonderful way to spend Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas from Hespeler, Ontario.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Christy says, hello there.
Hello, Christy.
Someone else said, on one live, you were talking about freeze-drying candy. Will that become a reality? So that was something that we were talking about. I know that it was kind of like a trend a while ago. It's something maybe we could look into in like the summer when we're more into our experimentation phase.
Freeze-dried?
Yep.
What-
I know Logic Pursuits, I think. I don't know if he sells it, but he at least sent us. I would imagine that he sells it, but he sent us some freeze-dried candy. Basically, you just make candy, stick it in the freeze dryer, and then it comes out with like a very different texture.
Oh, yeah?
And it doesn't have to stay cold once it's freeze dried. It just comes out and it has a different texture. You've definitely had freeze dried stuff, like the dried strawberries that we use for the strawberry cheesecake. Those are freeze dried. That texture,
Oh.
that sort of thing. Yeah. So just imagine that with candy.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would actually be pretty cool.
It does change the candy, though.
Yeah. So that would actually be pretty cool. So I think a freeze dryer, I could be wrong, but I think they're usually like $3,000 or something. Yeah,
Wow.
it's Ezra's
Wow.
Ezra's eyebrows
3,000.
just popped off his head.
That's a little steep.
Yeah.
Still gotta get that water bottle filler anyway, so we can't really buy that.
Yeah.
Water bottle filler.
That's what Scott wanted, one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
water bottle, instead of the regular
Fountain.
The
water
fountain.
Oh, to just install
fountain,
that.
like the one in like schools. I don't know if you have one in your
Oh, okay.
college.
Wait, so it costs that much money for?
Nah, it's
Yeah,
like,
if you want to fill your water bottle.
I wouldn't think
it's
it
like
would cost
it's
that
like
much.
Go over-
$1,300 for a new one, and I think he found one on Facebook Marketplace.
I told him to go over there to the fountain over there that we have.
Just tip it.
And just tip it. He goes, well, it doesn't fill it up. I go, it's good.
It's good.
You can spend the money on it. If
Yeah,
you
Scott,
want.
if you want it.
Yeah, if you want it that bad.
Yeah, go ahead. We're
I'll
fine
let
with you doing that.
I'll let you.
Yeah. It's Scott's day off, so that's why I'm doing this live stream by myself. Give him a couple days off.
Yeah.
The inspiring dad, who's had some good questions, this live stream said, "I'm so happy I got to spend time with you and your wonderful family. Merry Christmas! Can't wait for more videos."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you everyone who's
Yeah,
been here
thanks
during the
for-
live stream, especially you guys answering or asking questions and
Yeah.
even talking to each other, just being very active in the live streams. Because what we like to do in the live streams is basically just interact with you guys. Because when we do videos, we don't really get a chance to interact with you guys except for just in the comments. But now we can interact with you guys live. So that's what we really like to do for the live streams, is just sort of interact with you guys as much as we can. So I appreciate you guys for being active in the comments.
What's everybody's favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, okay. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
One of my favorites is Christmas Story and then Christmas Vacation.
Those were kind of going to be like my top two if I was going to guess yours,
Yeah.
honestly. What about your top, well, let's say top two?
Christmas Story, definitely. I think Christmas Story is my favorite. And then maybe Elf. Elf or
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Mm.
I like Rudolph.
I'd have to say Violent Night is probably my new favorite one.
Is that the new one?
It came out last year, I think, maybe?
Oh, okay.
It was pretty good.
Is
It
it,
had the guy who played Hopper in Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah,
He was
yeah.
Santa.
Oh, yeah.
He was a really good Santa,
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
good.
I just thought it was a very good, I don't know, it was kind of fun. They were kind of making fun of other Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And then it was just like kind of over the top, honestly, violence. Because it was called Violent Night. I mean, but it is good. Oh, someone else said Die Hard. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Die Hard.
Someone said the live action Grinch. That's also a good one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Angie said, "I work in a mental health therapist office and I play your videos in the lobby on our TV. Our patients love it. It's very calming."
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, a lot of people say they watch our channel to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then I
And people
also...
that have anxiety, they
Yeah.
said too, they watch.
Or like
'cause it helps
depression, they watch our videos and they said it just helps them out. 'Cause I've always tried to make, ever since the beginning, I've tried to make videos where like the viewer just feels like they're hanging out with us, which was also what I like to try to do with the live streams. But if you do like very relaxing things, then I also have the Hercules Candy ASMR channel where it's just the sounds and visuals of candy making. There's no to minimal talking. But then we also have this channel if you like the talking. Okay, someone said Polar Express, Christmas Vacation,
Oh, yeah,
The Family
Polar.
Stone. I haven't heard of that one.
I haven't heard of that one either.
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. I didn't know that
Lethal
was.
Weapon?
Are those Christmas
Oh, I
movies?
don't know. I haven't seen that in so long.
A lot of people are saying Home Alone. Someone said Christmas with the Cranks. Christmas Story is the best. You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
A Year Without Santa Claus. I've never heard of that. The Santa Claus, actually. You know what? The Santa Claus is actually a really good one, too. Let's see. Okay, Melanie sent a super chat. Thank you very much for that. Very generous of you. Thank you for the support. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the Hercules team. I love watching your videos. You guys are awesome. Debbie in Maryland.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for supporting us and being here and hanging out with us on the live stream. I very much appreciate that.
Sure do.
Yeah. Someone said Halloween. I guess that's their favorite Christmas movie. The Nightmare Before Christmas is. I feel like that's kind of like a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie. You get to watch it like twice a year.
I never did see that.
Yeah, it was about this guy who he's like basically the king of Halloween. To the best of my knowledge, anyway, he's the king of Halloween, and then he gets kind of bored with it, and then he's like, he finds out about Christmas, and then he tries to celebrate Christmas the way that he would, as the king of Halloween, which is very different, and he kind of messes things up, and yeah. So. I probably butchered it. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe someone else who's more of an expert can let us know. Justin says all the Home Alone movies.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a pretty good amount of the Christmas movies. I know Mom said that tonight she's going to go home and you guys are going to watch cartoons. And she said it was like the Peanuts, Christmas and
Frosty and Rudolph,
Rudolph,
the
yeah.
Red-Nosed Reindeer. And
I like a lot of TV shows that have like Christmas specials. Like It's Always Sunny has a Christmas special. There's multiple Office episodes for Christmas.
yeah.
I don't know if there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm one for Christmas, is there? Or is there a Seinfeld one?
No,
Oh,
there's
they're
no
Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It's probably like a Hanukkah one or something.
Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Are you gonna wrestle your dad this year?
Got a Festivus pole.
Terry said she read in the paper that one of the breweries downtown has a Festivus pole.
That's great.
So what makes something a Festivus pole?
Basically, it's just a pole with a ribbon, and I can't remember.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have a pole out there, we could just make it a Festivus pole. Let's look up what a Festivus pole looks like. Is that? I wonder if it has to be a silver pole.
I don't know.
Barbershop pole.
The Festivus pole is a plain aluminum pole used to symbolize the rejection of materialism and the anti-commercial spirit of Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
So maybe I'll put that in one of the corners as just for all the Seinfeld fans. Yeah, someone just said bare aluminum pole. And someone said Krampus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Taurinia sent a super chat. Very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Glad to support you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah. I'm glad so many people watch this. It's great. I never thought that would ever happen.
Yeah, because I know like when we first started the channel, I said I wanted to do a video, and you guys are like, I don't know who's gonna watch it, but okay. And then I also didn't think like that many people would watch, because to me, growing up, it was just so normal to watch candy making that I didn't think other people would find this interesting, because I didn't find it interesting. But I forgot I didn't lead a normal life. I grew up on top of a candy shop, so for me, watching people make candy in your basement is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I knew that so many people would find it so fascinating, I probably would have tried to start a YouTube channel a long time ago. Or some kind of social media. Someone said you could wrap the pole in the front in aluminum foil. That would actually be...
Oh yeah, aluminum foil.
Yeah, that'd be funny. There'd be like 3 people each year who would get it.
Yeah.
Miriam says, from the basement to now, the growth is so wonderful.
Yes, it is. Boy, get out of there. Took a long time.
Yeah.
I never expected to be there for as long as we were.
When you first opened the shop back up, how long did you think it would take to get out of there?
I thought, I'm willing to sacrifice 10 years and finally get it out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But it went to 15, 20, 30.
And you had kids, and you're like, oh, all my money that would be going to getting out of here is going to feed these ungrateful kids.
I think I did the wrong thing.
Hey, look at you now.
Keep trying.
Yeah, just keep trying. Maybe after 40 years, you'll get success too. Just never give up. It's the story of never giving up.
Yep.
If it was a movie, it would span a long time.
Yeah.
The movie that spans 40 years.
It's a never-ending story.
It really is the never-ending story.
Never-ending story.
Miriam says you stuck to it and it paid off. West Nebraska dude says, time for the airing of grievances. Jennifer sent a super chat. Thank you very much for that. You guys are very generous today. I very much appreciate all the support. So Jennifer said, I only found your channel in the last 2 months. Now I'm making creams at home. Thank you for the positivity and laughs.
All right. Great.
Yeah, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here in the live stream. Thanks for the super chat, Jennifer. Debbie says Jack Frost is a great holiday movie. That's true, yeah. I remember you really liked the line Baggy Pants Snowpunk.
I just watched it. Yeah, I just watched it recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Angel Lina says, made my first live stream. Hello from South Texas.
Hi.
What's her name again?
Angel Lina.
Angel Lina. Oh, well, hi, Angel.
I think so. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I love you guys. Such a wholesome family. Merry Christmas, y'all. Thanks, Ruben.
Yeah, thanks.
So do you guys have any big Christmas Eve plans other than hanging out with us? Or what are you guys doing tonight? Or Christmas for the people in New Zealand and Australia? What are you guys' traditions? Mary Chocolate 72 says, how old is this channel? It feels like I've been watching you guys for longer than 7 years. Actually, you know what's interesting? On my first time I uploaded a video to the Hercules Candy channel was Christmas Day of 2016 because I wanted it as like a Christmas present for the people who've been watching. Because I think the first video was posted the year before in 2015 and just kind of sat there, and then like 8 months later that video kind of blew up. And if that first one didn't blow up, I wouldn't have thought to make another video. And then that one did pretty well too. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll make another one. Then after like 10 videos on my previous channel, I was like, you know what, I should make just a channel for Hercules Candy, just a separate one. And so then, yeah, the first video, so it'll be, what's 2016 minus 20, so it'll be 8 years tomorrow, I think, right? Wow. 2024 minus 2016.
I still remember
like
we were down in the basement and we were reaching 100,000, and that was a milestone. And everybody, we were talking about it on there, and somebody deleted there, so it went down to 999. And like, no, what are you doing? And then they went back up, and they were teasing us, and they kept doing that back and forth.
Yeah.
And to 100,000.
Yeah. And people are saying, wow, time flies. Someone said, what theme parks do we go to? We don't go to theme parks. I mean, we go to very, very close. Like, we only recently started going on vacation, like on, was it 4th of July or whatever, Memorial Day, Labor Day.
We pick a cabin on a lake or something.
Yeah.
You know, that's
it's like an hour,
nice,
2 hour drive.
Quiet, relaxing time.
I know you guys don't want to do a whole lot of traveling on your time off, because like we have so little time
I just want
off.
to relax.
We don't want to spend it traveling. Cameron says, what is he making?
These are hazelnut clusters.
Oh, someone said, so thank you, Linda, for pointing that out. She said, Debbie G said she is Steve's sister.
Oh.
I didn't even see Debbie's, that's my Aunt Debbie.
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen her comment.
Oh.
Did you see your Aunt Debbie is here? No, I didn't. Where is that? I missed Debbie G. There it is. Jack Frost is a great holiday movie. Oh, you know what? I read her comment. I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know either.
Yeah, that's funny. So, hey, Aunt Debbie. Also, Heidi says she's watched all of our videos and made a live. Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And Jennifer says, wait, you take time off?
Don't tell anybody.
Only recently. Susan says they'll go to church and then drive around looking at lights. That's actually a kind of fun tradition.
That sounds fun.
I like going for like around Halloween, I like going for like a walk and just looking at like all the Halloween decorations and stuff, see which houses are most decorated. And same thing with Christmas.
Yeah, I like to go around the neighborhood and see who's got lights up. And
the Canucksikins wanted to ask, does Steve make traditional Greek food at home? And then they wanted, earlier I saw their question about like, does he make a good souvlaki?
No, I don't really know any Greek food. My grandmother used to make Greek food all the time, but I was too young and I didn't ask enough questions of how to do stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know. No.
Somebody said, greetings from Belgium. After our stuffed turkey and special ice cream, we will have different special chocolate treats to finish our gourmet evenings. Happy Christmas to everyone.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Planning a trip from Albany to come to the store. Oh, that sounds like a good holiday tradition. Just don't do it on Christmas or you will be disappointed because we will be closed. But if it's around Christmas, then yeah, that'll be fun. My tradition for the last 25 years is to try and make my old friends happy and merry on Christmas while he ruins it all for me. This tradition ends this year. It's funny. That's what Katrina said. Okay, so have you ever done a how-to type video where you actually go through the steps, ingredients, ratios, cook times, etc. for people to learn to make something like the creams themselves? So
Yeah, we did
that for
At
a
your
tempering.
house.
Yeah, we did. It was just a tempering chocolate video. That was it.
Oh, I thought didn't we?
Nope, it was just tempering chocolate. It wasn't anything more specific than that. It wasn't like how to make creams or something like that. So, but it's something we could maybe do in the future.
I mean, well, when we do make videos, I often try to tell people this is what you could do at home instead.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, we don't have an actual video.
Yeah. Yeah, the only caveat I would say, like with anyone making stuff at home, is like definitely be careful and safe because unless you're just doing stuff with chocolate, then it can be kind of dangerous with like how high you have to heat everything up.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have the proper equipment or something spills, like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
It's
or
very hot.
or gloves.
Yeah, because you're dealing with boiling stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And you have to, usually you don't have to pour boiling stuff. Like when if you're boiling water for making spaghetti, you usually don't have to pour the boiling water all over your counter.
Yeah.
So to mix it a little.
Oh, we
little
could
more
try
it. Miriam says, any ideas for new Christmas traditions? I remember growing up, we used to open up one Christmas present on Christmas Eve, and then the rest would be Christmas Day.
Yeah. We used to go to Lights on the Lake.
Yeah. But I know not everyone has lights on the lake, but it's basically just like they have like a bunch of lights set up on like this. It's usually a walkway, but
a park or
it's a
something
parkway.
sets up all these lights and decorations, and you drive through the park and you see all the lights and set up. Mm-hmm. It's kind of neat.
And someone wants to know if your watch is from the 80s.
90s maybe.
Is that when you actually bought it? Or is it like just the same style that they've made? Like when did you purchase it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've had it a long time.
So I remember you had the black Casio. I think you had two black Casios, right?
With a little calculator on it.
Yeah. Did you ever use a calculator?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you have two of those? I thought like one broke and you got another one.
I did break and I got another one. I used to use it down at the farmer's market when I added up people's candy.
Yeah, especially when you didn't have like a phone back then. That would probably be really, really used
Yeah.
Is that why you got it? So you have like a portable calculator on it
so
all
I could
times?
add up the candy at the market with my watch.
Yeah, because you guys used to have like a stall at the farmer's market.
Regional farmer's market in Syracuse.
Yeah.
I used to be there for at least 10 years in the 80s. Yeah. I gotta go get a box. I'll be back.
It's always a box. But what are you planning on doing this Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Ezra?
Christmas Eve, I think I'm going to hang out with my mom and my brother. Just relax, and then tomorrow we're going to hang out with my grandpa at his house.
Nice.
Have some food.
I like eating.
Me too.
Do you have any like certain food you're especially looking forward to?
Well, every year my grandpa makes, it's called Sauerbraten. It's like a German dish. It's like beef in a, it's like pickled. And then you make like a gravy with it and slice up the meat, and then it's served with like egg noodles and peas and stuff like that. It's really good.
Sounds interesting. Someone wanted to know what is the oldest functioning piece of candy equipment that we have here.
Me.
I was gonna point over there. And
No,
We all had
probably, well, the copper kettles and the press that we use in the cornstarch.
Oh, yeah, that's really
over
old.
100-something years.
what about the scale?
And the scale that we use to weigh up all the kettles.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe we should cut all of them open and count the rings and see which one's the oldest.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, someone said the hook. Yeah, that's probably pretty old too.
Yeah, the hook is all original.
And the
And the paddles,
candy presses,
the candy presses, yep.
the buttercup candy presses.
Trying to think, I don't know. That's about it, I guess. Because a lot of the candy making is still knowledge how to do it with your hands.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because now we have like enrobers to help speed things up, but
Yeah.
there's still, a lot of stuff like when you're making the cluster cups, you got to do that by hand.
yeah, and then
So.
when we do lime chocolate creams, I make them with white chocolate, and then sometimes we do orange creams with white chocolate. So all those creams are still covered by hand.
And right now you're just playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah. So a lot of our candy, we do have a machine here or there for one of the steps, but basically it's really still handmade.
Yeah. Someone said the cream beater, but so I don't know if we know exactly how old that is, because we got that in like, what, the 90s?
Yeah, I got it from Miss Ronsville from Syracuse, down city. She had that, and I guess someone told me that sells those that it's unusual to have a 2-foot size cream beater. They're usually 4 foot.
Oh, okay, wow.
So
Because 4 foot probably wouldn't have fit.
yeah,
where we were.
and they're so super heavy.
Yeah, as it is. Yeah.
Stone's Candy in Oswego offered me to 4-footer, but he said, "Well, you'll have to move it," and I couldn't. It's
Yeah.
too big and too heavy, all iron.
Do you know how much the 2-foot one weighs?
Oh, that one, it took 4 people to move it.
Yeah.
So that's just a small one.
Yeah. Yeah. So 4. Yeah. Wow. Need 8 people to move that. But then it's also so small, you can only fit so many people around it.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
it's a good thing you guys got that. I don't know if it was called a jack or what it was, but that the machine that you can hang things. Like we used it to put this on here.
Motor mount machine to move the marble table.
Yeah, I know we used it for this, and maybe we used it for the marble table. But yeah, it was like it had like 2 legs and like on wheels. And
Yeah,
you could
that's
yeah.
what we did to move the table from
Oh, okay.
here to out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Some
To motorize something?
when somebody wants to remove a motor from a car.
Oh, okay. Oh, and we just okay, yeah. So we just moved it.
So
used
it picks
for our
up
thing.
something heavy. So basically the same idea.
I mean, we had a Joe, but
Yeah, Joe thought of that.
yeah, no, that's smart. Yeah, he always came up with really good ideas.
Yeah, he was good like that.
And he was the one who built the base for this table, which is
Yeah.
really, really sturdy. It's
Table is awesome.
It's built with like what 4x4s
Yeah. Yep.
and some like really big screws. Yeah, I think he built it in like a day.
Yeah, within a day he built it.
Yeah, he's got like some huge casters on it.
Yep. It's all on wheels, so the tables, I can move it around.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Joe was very, very creative
Yeah,
and very good builder.
Good engineer.
Miriam says she misses Joe. Well, we'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see him tomorrow. Yeah.
But all right, well maybe I'll let you get back to making candy with the live stream off. 'Cause I know you guys were watching. Was it like football recaps or something?
No, just Sports Center.
Sports Center. Yeah, I'll let you guys get back to enjoying your. Not that you don't enjoy the live streams, hanging out with the viewers.
Only 2 hours to go.
And then you can get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, say bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
Thanks for watching, guys.
With YouTube's favorite dad.
Appreciate it.
And
subscribe. And push the like button.
and turn notifications on.
And turn the notifications on.